What's up, family? Welcome to Ask the Ma'ats. I am one of the Ma'ats. I'm Iyana Ma'at, and normally I'm here with my husband, Ayize Ma'at, answering questions, talking about some things, particularly marriage, relationships, dating, all that kind of stuff. And then every now and then we break away from that and we try to give you something else. And today I'm going to give you something else based on where I am. And I hope that this resonates with you because it resonated with me this morning. Here's what I want you to take with you today. You are not in control. Again, I want to say this very slowly and I want you to let it seep in. You, my dear, are not in control. Many of you know, and for those of you who are seeing me for the first time or just becoming familiar with me, that my son, my oldest son, he has sickle cell disease. And his life and his entering into my life 11 years ago as a little baby has taught me in so many ways and shown me in so many ways how I'm not in control. And that's been difficult. It's been very difficult for someone like me who likes to line things up, who likes to have a certain level of predictability, who likes to be able to plan some things, not because I'm a super perfect planner, not because I'm super ultra organized, because I ain't. I ain't say I'm not, I ain't, okay? But because having a sense of what's going to happen, having a sense of certainty about what the outcome will be, knowing what the steps are, step one, then step two, step three, step four, it gives all people, not just me, a certain level of confidence, a certain sense of comfort that we simply just don't have when we are in the unknown. It's never been a comfortable place for me to be in the unknown. And so I find myself here today on April what's today? 26, 2013. I'm 4 days away. I'm not even getting ready to go through it. My son is. But we as a family are 4 days away from my oldest son getting ready to have surgery. And he's doing this because he wants to do it. We're backing him because who are we not to? And to not get into all of the details, he's perfectly fine. He doesn't have to have the surgery. It's not a required surgery. But he wants to be able to run around and do some things that little 11-year-olds want to do, run, that kind of thing. And so because of that, he has been given the opportunity to have a surgery that will provide him the opportunity to get there, but it's not like it'll just happen overnight. It's going to be a process. There's going to be some pain in the midst of it. And so for me as a mother, the closer that we get to it, the more my anxiety, I felt my anxiety rising. So I woke up this morning and I could just feel the anxiety underneath. And it didn't happen until my son said, "Oh, Mom, don't I need to do this today? We're just 4 days away from the surgery." And I said, "Oh, that's right, yeah, go ahead and do that." And I realized, oh, we're 4 days away. Okay, it's getting closer. And so for me, yeah, I've talked to the doctors and I know kind of sort of what to expect, but it's still surgery. It's still 4 hours. It's still a change. And it's going to require my baby, my firstborn baby, to have to endure what I would rather him not have to endure and what I would in a heartbeat willingly step in and take for him if I could. But what I know is that my son came through me, but he is not mine. What I know is that life, living this life, is all about being able to see what's really real. And what's really real is that this is yet another opportunity for not only him to grow, for not only him to continue to have his life's journey and life's purpose defined and refined as a young little boy growing into a man with his own unique experiences that are going to inform much of what he does in his life. I know that. But it is also an opportunity for me to focus on not what I feel, but what I know. And what I know is that I am not in control, that God is in control. God is in control. I can cooperate with him. I can participate with her. I can be in alignment with God's will. But there is no need for me to resist. There is no need for me to, just kind of sink into my feelings of anxiety, to even slip into some anger because I'm mad, I got to go through this and he has to go through this. There's no need for that, because that doesn't help me to grow spiritually. It doesn't help me to grow emotionally. It doesn't do any of that. So I'm going to focus on what I know today. I'm going to give God thanks. I'm going to walk in a space of gratitude, and remember that ultimately I'm not in control. And when I can recognize that, then what do I allow into my life? I allow faith to flourish. I allow my faith to be increased, because what I am relying on is the God within me. What I'm relying on is the God that is not only in me, but is through me, with me, for me, all of that. But let me tell you this. When you rely on what you know, and you look at that, and I'm not talking about a knowing in your intellect, I'm talking about a knowing in your spirit. When you just take a minute to pause and to acknowledge that, you can allow yourself to step outside of yourself, observe yourself, and say, oh, she getting ready to go there. Oh, you know what you're getting ready to do. Or, wait a minute, bring it back. And that's what I did this morning. I got anxious because my son said, it's 4 days away. And all of a sudden, oh my goodness, we're getting ready to go through this process. And I don't have complete control. But I thank God today that I have complete control. Because if I didn't ever go through anything, if I never ever had the opportunity to deal with struggles and challenges, then I would never ever be able to feel the beauty of God's blessings. I would never be able to see how strong I really am. I would never be able to really pay attention to the intricacies of my mind and master my spirit and my mind at the same time. So today, here it is again. You ain't in control. I'm not in control. I'm going to move forward, keep my son, my family, and me in prayer. And remember, stop playing and start pushing.